We're coming at you live. Free ranging out in the woods, basically. Comes Jag. Got my little partner in crime here, Gigi. Pretty hot out today, but we're back in the woods where the stream meanders. I'm probably only going to get a short broadcast off because this place is usually riddled with bad connections. So I apologize. Princess taking a pit stop there. Chase Man's in front of us, and you got the Z-Man right next to him. So this place is about close to 100 acres. So not as big as we usually go on, but we can. It's really challenging terrain, so we can usually get in about 3 to 5 miles without getting too redundant. Here's Gigi, and there's the Princess passing her by. Chase, making sure everything gets water. Good boys. Come on, let's go. Come on, Princess. Princess, come on. Good girl. And sometimes you'll hear me direct the dogs. I'm doing that because sometimes we get a little anxious with each other. The dogs do. And just like a normal wolf pack, sometimes they try to claim their stake. They try to move their rankings up. You know what an alpha is, the leader of the wolf pack. Well, they vie for that a lot. And I kind of got to do the driving and direct that, as they say. So Gigi's our little, actually she's 13.5 pounds. She just had her check up at the vet. So we know how much she weighs now. She was a puppy. If you remember Lulu was, has crossed Rainbow Bridge since, but she was a small Chinese crested. She was about 7.5 pounds. So this is a trail. The dogs know it. It is a private trail. So we're fine going here. We are in the woods, so you do never know what you're going to find. But hopefully it's not people. Come on, guys. So they're just taking their good old time because I haven't been here in a while, and all the sights and scents they're picking up on are pretty renewed from the last time we were here. So that's Princess closest to me. Zorro's ahead of her. Got Chase and Jag in front. Look at Zorro. He's gonna stop and roll for a bit. Come on, guys. Come on. Chase. So probably another dog came through here. Could be a coyote. Something that marked the area. Similar to a dog. Looks somewhat high up where they would lift their legs. So I just try to recognize everything that might be accompanying us back here. So I'm ready. Got to be ready for anything when you're doing this, because this is Call of the Wild. I know I've said it before, but we are literally back here in, relatively speaking, uncharted territory because of the private lands, and a lot of times the people here don't do what I do. They don't access these for anything. A lot of these are low-lying situations, so they're not good for anything. Come on, Princess. Good girl. So, what I mean by that is they're not farmable. They're too hilly to ride horses on, or the terrain's too challenging. And basically, it's pretty much just good for what I do, which is kind of cool for me. But I still have to have permission to come back here. Come on, guys. By the property's owner. Princess, no. Chase, come on, let's go. Come on, guys. And I just don't like them huddling up sometimes, because that's where the competition starts. Competition is good, and you want to promote that certain ways, the competitive nature, but you also need to know how to manage it so it doesn't get out of hand. And it can, especially in a multi-dog outing. I've got 4 dogs here, and they're just sniffing everything. Come on, guys, good boys. And that's just a branch, but anything that looks like it's remotely close to something that they might want to get into, they are on it. And of course they will mark it and let everybody else know who's come through here that we've been here, done that, and we're bigger and badder. That's why dogs try to lift their legs to get their scent as high as they can on poles and other things they mark. Easy, guys. So I'm seeing Zorro cut across, and I'm concerned he was cutting across the trail that there might be something ahead. That is catching his attention, but it's not. He came right back. And it will come back by command, but you also want to take caution. You don't want to overdo anything. You want to give them their freedom, basically. Chase is out there. Chase is a real hunter of the pack. I mean, the most sensitive, nose-wise. Come on, Zorro! And they feed off of him. Come on, good boy. So you can see, giving them a lot of freedom is really key to them sowing their wild oats and getting their groove in, getting what they like to do. Come on, Zorro. Come on, princess. Oh, that's Chase, actually. Chase! Here, guys. Here. Come on. Now, if there was something in there that they could access, they would start whining. So if there was a groundhog, they sent up a tree. Come on, guys. Zorro. Here. Zorro. Come on. Good boy. And he's working his way over towards me. Now, they have paging collars on, so I can page them. And that's a little more, it just gives an audio tone. That's a little more of a necessity to get back to me. And again, I'm not trying to push them too much. Come on, guys. Let's go. Now, something came through here. It might have just been a storm because I see it littered. Come on, guys. With branches. So with that comes new scents, of course. Trees come down and they drag down. Good girl. From the top, of course, if the tree falls or high branches, they can bring down whatever dwelled up there. New scent. Sometimes there's nests. Now I hear something in the distance. You don't hear what I'm on. I'm on an ATV, by the way. You can kind of see the dash here. And you're not hearing it because it's electric. So it's very green, if you will. Come on, guys. So a lot of people say, well, how do you keep the dogs with you? Actually, it's hard to get them to go sometimes, as you see. That's because they're real comfortable. They know they're off leash and they can do what they want. I'm not too demanding of them, so they're not looking to get as far as they can from me. And they understand the boundaries that I've taught them through my voice and through visual checks. What they can do and what they can't. So when they understand the pack leader as just that, as the pack daddy or the alpha, they know, hey, we got to listen to him. There's our rolling in the woods again. Take him out. He's funny. And they scratch their back. They get off anything, that dirt and debris that might be on there. See, we're riding into the sunset. It's a little early for the sun to be setting, but it's in that direction that we're heading, which would be close to west, of course. It rises in the east and sets in the west. And there goes Princess. Now, Princess is roughly 13 and a half years old. And she's remarkable how she keeps up with the rest of the dogs. She's a lot more feistier than they are a lot of times. Here, Gigi. Gigi's just checking everything out. Gigi's happy to be up here with me. She really doesn't want to run with them so much. I will engage her in some of the activities. This is a little tough for her because the terrain is so challenging. And again, there could be other animals lurking out here which could grab her pretty quickly, especially birds of prey. So she's safe right here with me. Now her wolf pack. Come on, guys. Princess! Good girl. Her wolf pack would protect her, but if they could only get there quick enough. And I've actually, come on, Zorro! Had a hawk come down in between one of our outings chasing a flag doing our amazing chase course. Zorro! Good boy. Here's Zorro is in the woods. Come on, good boy. You see the other three right there. Zorro, here. Zorro. So Zorro's being, I don't want to, again, be too demanding. So you got to give him a little bit of tolerance. Come on, Zorro. Good boy. So before I would give him an audio tone, I'll just make sure he's really being obstinate and not listening. And he was kind of staying where he was at. He was in a scent. As long as he wasn't going the other way, he's still in my good graces. That's how these dogs are trained. Come on, good boys. So it's all how much, when you train them to do this kind of stuff, it's all how much free ranging. Come on, Jag. Jag. Let's go. Good boy. And Jag was caught on a scent there. And again, I want to, because I can't go around him, I'm going to be a little more demanding for him to get the heck out of Dodge, because I want to get down to the rest of the dogs, because I haven't been here in a little while and I don't know what's lurking down here. Meaning, once in a great while you'll run into people. Nobody's hunting this time of year, and most people know I'm here. Again, I'm supposed to be here, but these lands are sometimes used for other things, like hunting. So this is kind of cool. You can see the branch right there. Hey Dixie, how are you? Yeah, Zorro's being a little stubborn today. And it's okay, like I said, because I'm going to actually take Gigi with me right now, folks. Because, and this is a really cool picture. I'm going to have to put the phone down for a sec. I apologize, because I don't have anyone here to run it, and I'm hooking Gigi up, taking her off. But it'll be worth it for you in a sec. Come on, go girl. So I'm back at you. There she is. And there's the boys. Well, actually, the girl and two boys. Oh, that would have been good for my broadcast. I fall into the hole. Chase! Chase! Good boy. So Chase was out of view for a second, but I say his name a couple times and he comes right back. So you can see, this is the way we run in the summer. It's really hot today. This is one, oh, look at Gigi getting down there. It's one of the hotter days. And if you do it right, it's never too hot to take them. That means if you have a place to go that's shaded and got a lot of access to water, and you're not demanding of them in any way. Thanks, Dixie. I really appreciate it. Only demanding in the sense that they abide by the rules and stay with you. Then it's all good. A lot of people are intimidated by the warmer weather. Jag! He's just going on the other side there. They're intimidated by the warmer weather. Come on, G. And they think they've been trained, or the word's out there, that never go out with the dogs in hot weather. And it's a shame, because they've got the energy and they've got the capabilities to deal with it if they're given the proper area, like I'm talking about. And we don't all have access to different areas. If I couldn't come here, it'd be a little hard. Look at that. How beautiful is that, folks? It's Princess, Chase, and Jag. Zorro! 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 There he is again, being a little obstinate. There he comes out. There's probably a beaver back there, so I'm way back in that stick pile. So he's trying to sniff it out, and I'm stopping him from doing that. Just because I don't want to disturb it if it's doing its thing, of course. We're all about respecting wildlife and everything out here and just mingling with it by looking at it and not getting too, I'm trying to take the phone down. There we go. There's Princess. And she says, oh, I'll see what Gigi's up to. Better yet, I'm going to see what this hill smells like. It's kind of cool. They can climb up to that wall. And there's Jag again. Now they're working their way over here. And again, Gigi's on the leash because I can train her to roam with the guys, to free range. And I always just say the guys, it's easier. But want to be careful of that because of the area. Just don't know. There's snakes out here. Now, if we do run into a snake, which we have before, there are poisonous ones. Luckily, they're few and far between. But I usually can tell by the way the dogs react. So, good boy. So I'll call them off, call them to me, and they'll come right back and let the snake go about its business. Anything can happen. Again, look at that. How beautiful is that? I mean, this place is the coolest. And what makes it even cooler is there's nobody here. Come on, dude. Good girl. Well, water level's really low. We haven't gotten a lot of rain lately. So that's Princess in the water. And actually it's a little deeper than I thought in the middle there. She's almost to her belly, which is really optimal because that's where a dog's most of their internal organs lie. So that's one of the best ways to cool them. There's Jag. So you won't see too many people out there doing what I'm doing on the internet, especially with a Husky. Because again, they're one of the closest breeds to the wolf and very aloof and very independent. As you see with Zorro, and sometimes his reactions and how he responds to me. Zorro! Good boy. Zorro! Good boy. And no, Zorro! Good boy. Zorro! Good boy. So he turned around there. And again, they're trained like I said. Jag! Jag! Now we usually go further, and that's why they're taking the liberty to do it. But when you train them, the best thing to do is a lot of times, we're not training so much now. I mean, every time we're out, it's somewhat a training because they have to respond to the rules. But it's a good idea to change directions and don't always go the same way. So their focus is on you, the pack daddy or pack mama. There. If they always know, hey, when he gets here, he goes to the left, or she goes to the left, meaning myself or whoever's running the dogs, then they'll go to the left and they'll say, we don't have to know, we know how we don't have to worry about it, we know how he's going or she's going. But when I go to the right, and the pack goes to the right, and the one that's not listening or thinks he is ahead of the pack, then he's like, oh, they went the other way. It starts to make them think, and that's how you train them. Same thing when you heel, teach a dog to heel. When you change directions on them real quick, it puts a tug on the collar, and it teaches them, I got to pay more attention or be closer so I don't feel that tug. And I go the way that my pack leader goes. And a pack could be just you and the dog, so it doesn't have to be 4 or 5 dogs like I have out here today. So Chase is in the water now, pretty close to his belly. And I can feel it's pretty stagnant back here, even though we're in the woods. We're not getting this Jag just trucking through the woods. And we've climbed up this hill and gone the other way before. Looked at it from the other side, I should say. So in case you're just tuning in, we just got out here. And this is going to be a quick run just because of time limitations that I'm on today. We could stay out here all day. It doesn't mean we're going to do tens of thousands of miles. It just means we will get more activity in, but we'll do it at the dog's pace. And of course, they're going to be a lot slower than they are in the winter and in the cooler time. If you've ever joined me for a live broadcast or seen my videos when I'm out here in the winter, we cruise to this place like it was nobody's business. There's Chase and Zorro. How cool is that? Easy, good girl. Easy, good girl. Zorro! Zorro! See, when I call his name, he backs out. And that's the way it should be. I'm also making noise, saying the dog's names loud. It helps chase the wildlife out of here, too. Because they hear us, and they go the other direction. They don't like to be involved with people or other animals, of course. There's GG. So again, you won't see this anywhere else, and I love sharing it. I'm so elated all the time whenever I can give the dogs area. Let's just climb over that. That, by the way, I'm going to just point out little things. I'm sorry if I'm repetitive. By them jumping over that, that's just building up confidence in them, because sometimes we'll get into predicaments, and you might have seen us on the dog cart, where we've got to hurdle over something. Not at fast speeds, but in trying conditions. Here comes Chase now. So this all helps. Zorro! Come on, guys. Zorro! Jag! Look at him. He's way in there. Jag! Good boy. And he's responding nicely. So I'm going to head back to the ATV. You'll get a view of that. Okay, good girl. So I'm sorry for fumbling with the camera a little bit. The camera's my phone today. Look at Jag, just cruising up there. And I'm gonna have to put it down to put Gigi in the ATV that I'm walking on right now. So I got 2 dogs one way and 2 dogs the other way. Come on, good girl. Look at her. Look at her. She's like, Dad, pick me up. I'll go, but you gotta pick me up. Stay, guys. So I'm simply telling them to pretty much hold what they got. So they don't know what direction I'm going. Good boy. See, the other 2 came this way because they were worried I was leaving them. If you ever hear the story, if your dog ever runs away from you, go the other way. Turn around. If your dog sees you go the other way, chances are it'll turn around. It might not come to you, but it will follow you. Come on, guys. Jag. Jag, here. Jag, here. Good boy. So Jag was working his way. We're gonna loop this area. He was working. Come on, Jag. Come on. He was working his way around the other way, but I'm going in reverse. So he thought he was gonna be wise. Catch me. Come on, Jag. So I'm gonna be not as calling them to me. Come on, Jag. Here, Princess. Because look at her. I don't want them getting too close to the ATV, so I want to be careful not to call them too much to me, that they're almost in a healing position. So everything that happens, there's an explanation for with the dogs. And you can see all the branches down here. So I'm just being careful. Usually I'll plow through this, but in the summer when you've got overgrown weeds and greenery and brush, you want to be careful. Come on, guys. Zorro. Chase. Zorro. Here. Here, here. Zorro. Good boy. He's the other way. Come on, Chase. How cool is that? Chase. And what I mean by that is Zorro was already up ahead. I thought Zorro was on the other side, and that's why Chase was waiting for him, but actually he wasn't. Come on. Good boy. So you get the 3 up there, and Chase is right behind us. So depending on the situation, I'll raise my voice and make it sound urgent. The dogs, of course, can understand words. We can easily train our dogs to do that. But it's more of the tone that the word is spoken in that really communicates the message you're trying to send. So when we're scared, if you're walking your dog and something freaks you out or something, if you have fear in your body, they'll read that language, whether it's through the tone of your voice or your body language. And that's what they read and feed off of accordingly. So you want to always, the best you can, sometimes you can't always control everything. You roll upon a certain situation, but you want to, the best you can, put the best tone and posture, body language out there for the results you want. And that's all part of the training. Now I've got something really exciting to announce. I'm going to be, very soon, we've created a Wolf's Den, which is going to be my WooFDriver studio, which I'm going to be able to spend a lot of intimate time with everybody in a environment where I can sit down in front of everybody and, easy guys, really communicate everything and explain things much better than I can out here when they're happening. And especially through some of the videos that we've created over the years, whether it's my crew and me or just me, the dogs, whatever. And that, I'm hoping I'm going to have a lot of guests along the way, from musicians to historians to other dog trainers, etc. And you're really going to be get some really cool, interesting facts and information from that that comes Chase. So I look forward to doing that, hopefully within the next week or two. It's really coming together. And you're also going to see the how can I say it, the evolving WooFDriver, all the bikes I've used in the past and different equipment to train and run the dogs, and how instrumental they are to what I do, the equipment. So you can see Jag's ahead. Look at Zorro just dropping. And he's just really comfortable with his surroundings and with his wolf pack. Now Jag is waiting there because I could go to the left or right when I get there, and that's what I'm talking about by anticipating my next move. what I'm gonna do. So it really helps by, Jag, no! Good boy. He's just being a little feisty with Chase. And because of our time constraints, I don't want to get too off trail. And I might lose you folks. If I do, I'm probably not going to be able to get a signal back. So if I just go off screen, you understand why. It might freeze up too. Sometimes we get good, occasionally good reception back here, and of course I know they're always working on making better reception, all the cell phone companies. I'm on AT&T today. And I see I cross right through the stream right here, through, I guess, a little bit of runoff from the stream. And again, the dogs can grab a drink out of that. All the water's safe that I give them access to. It can change. I've said my acronym before, be gross.